He does not have an entourage. He's walking in alone, and he has got the tricolor on his turban and on his person, beautifully for the occasion, where he's got that pug and.
In a different way, the resting place is only one, they say.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Raj Ghat paying respects to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and he's there on time. After this, he will proceed towards the Red Fort, laying out the vision as India turns 75 into its 76th year of independence. A big moment. Folded hands and bowing is again symbolic. It's again civilizational. It is again the breakup of that namaste, the hand-folded namaste is namahate. I bow to the divinity within you, and I bow to the greatness of you within you. And that is perhaps symbolic. And through these years of COVID, the nation, the world over, it was they all turned to namaste, something that we have been practicing. So that is also significant. Prime Minister making his way out of Raj Ghat. After paying his respects to Mahatma Gandhi, he will now head straight to the Red Fort, where he's expected to arrive in exactly about 8 minutes from now. So right on cue, 7:08, he is there at Raj Ghat, 7:10, he is out of the place, and now he is heading towards the Red Fort. So the program will be followed to the T, to the time that has been mentioned there, and everybody else. So the attention now from Raj Ghat shifts to the Red Fort. And Geeta Gandhi and Gautam Buddha, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken about this, that this is our virasat, this is our gift to the world. And you can add yoga and vaccine and many other things, but core principles of what the Bhagavad Gita talks about, what Gautam Buddha talked, and of course Mahatma Gandhi, because this has now gone out to the world. We have reached out. The Bhagavad Gita is read, practiced, and followed the world over. The teachings of Gautam Buddha, Buddhism became a world religion, and all the various 3 different paths or sects which are prevalent all across the world. And again, Gautam Buddha, and then finally, of course, Mahatma Gandhi, whose ideals, whose principles are now espoused by leaders the world over, and people would like to follow and walk on those paths. So 3 Gs that we have given to the world, or from India it's gone to the world, and now let's add a Y to that, that is yoga. So which is again our contributions which we need to be proud of, and the Prime Minister has always spoken about. If you talk about Buddhism, it is finding its own revival in India. So there is this entire aspect of trying to culturally connect and then get more people who are following Buddhism across the world, come back to where it was all started. And then with the whole Nalanda University being redone in Gaya, it's just going to change the way people would look at. There are nearly 35 to 40,000 Buddhist temples and viharas in Bihar and Jharkhand itself, which need to be revived, which are all there. They were not destroyed because they were never seen of any as importance, but they just need to be restored. They've been preserved over time. They just need to be restored. So that's the story for us, culturally and historically. Lieutenant Colonel Holkar, you're saying so. Yeah.
That is also now being recognized if you look into this latest initiative of the Mexican president, where he wants a peace committee to be created, where Prime Minister Modi, along with the Pope and the UN Secretary General to be there. And he wants this, trio to be there for next 5 years to stop the conflict across the world. So, where is Mexico, where is India? And we have no direct relationship to that extent that we are very friendly to them or we are with them everywhere. But the mere acknowledgement of Prime Minister Modi's own initiatives, as well as the fact that India is a one great nation for peace, is not being recognized. And that's what they want, to go around the world and stop these conflicts for the next 5 years.
True, but Ambassador Sajjanar, it's also significant. It's significant because we are also a nation which has 20% of the world's population. So with 20% of the world's population, we are largely at peace. We have been able to continue, control conflict, and we have been able to work together and progress. 4% of the world's landmass, nearly 20% of the world's population. That's what is the story that the world is looking at.
Yeah, you're very right. I think 20% of the world population, which is at peace with itself, which is growing, which is developing, which is also providing this incentive and this stimulus to the world economy. Anand, if you'll give me just half a minute to, on a personal note, because I'm here in Seoul, Korea, to participate in a One Korea initiative that has been undertaken by the Global Peace Foundation. And in my address at the plenary day before yesterday, this is exactly the point that, that I made, what you mentioned yesterday. I said that I come from a land of Hinduism, Lord Buddha and Gandhi. And Hinduism spoke about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means the whole world is a family. And Buddha and Gandhi, they also gave the message of peace. And this is, in this very charged atmosphere, when we are talking about East Asia, Northeast Asia, where the conflicts and confrontations have been going up. And this is the path of peace that we need to follow, path of dialogue that we need to follow, which our Prime Minister has been advocating. Even when the Russia-Ukraine conflict started, his first conversation with both the leaders on 24th February was that we have given up the path of diplomacy far too quickly and we need to go on to the path of dialogue. So I think this is something that definitely the world is looking to as far as India is concerned, because it has been able to deal with all the challenges, and the messages that it conveys to the world is very clear, that we need to, follow the path of peace. But if you confront us, then of course we are going also to hit back, as we have shown, whether it was in 2017 in Galwan, we would, in Doklam, that we would stand firm, and also 2020 as far as Galwan is concerned.
Yes.
So we will, our sovereignty, our territorial integrity is sacrosanct. Anand.
Yes, it is. And but more importantly, what we are also saying is that we don't want to pick up a fight with anyone, but we will be strong and muscular in our posture, so that we also tell anybody ki panga mat lo. Don't try and mess with us unnecessarily. I don't want to come and smash your face, but you think you can attack me, you're going to get a bashed up nose. So that's exactly